Hi guys, welcome to chess class with Coach Nathan. Um, I just wanted to remind you guys there's going to be summer camp this year online, so look for your email to sign up and set up for that. All right. Okay, today's lesson is going to be on double attack. These are good lessons to do before a tournament. Um, Definitely looking at the games with Coach Vicky yesterday, looking at the games with the other coaches, and watching my own students. My students personally are playing way too fast. They're playing as fast as they can. They're losing almost every game. I don't know if it's the internet platform, but you need to slow down. Whether you're playing in real life or on the internet, you're playing way too fast. That goes for my students. So if there was a way to just slow you down, you'd automatically play better chess. And I will think of ways. I'm going to research what chess coaches have done in the past to slow kids down. I know in Russia, I've heard that they ask the kids to put their hands behind their backs between moves. This gives you a moment to reflect, a moment of insight, hopefully a moment to get a positional understanding and maybe see a pawn structure, what kind of pawn structure you want to go into, and look for basic tactics. So much is missing from your side or from your opponent's side. So I would just up the level quality of chess by so much if you could just slow down. So that's one thing to consider. So I know that afternoon games are 25 minutes with a 5 second delay. Most of my most of my students play the whole game within 1 minute. I know it's a bit more, but because of the delay. But at the end, well, they lost and they still have 24 minutes left. It's like way too fast. Hopefully, experience will slow you down. Experience of losing again and again from. But okay, so that's the top thing is playing too fast. Number two is not developing your pieces. And I'm going to do another video today about that. And number three is tactics. Missing the tactics. So let's see here. This is white to move. These are double attacks. In a double attack, you're hitting two different targets at the same time. In every one of these puzzles, and I think there's at least 14, it's going to be a material and material target. What makes a material a target? If the piece is unprotected. So it's not going to be king plus an unprotected piece. It's only to be only material. That's everything other than the king. If you can hit two pieces that are unprotected at the same time, then it's a true double attack. So first, what do? And we know it's not going to be king. You should always look for king. King is always a target in every position. But now material only sometimes is it a target. In these, it's because they're unprotected. We have two unprotected pieces. Each one is a target. We're looking for targets. So if the queen goes to c7, you're hitting one target, you're hitting two targets. This means it's a double attack. Let's say, I don't know, the bishop's somewhere else, and you only hit one target. Well, you're attacking unprotected piece, but this means it's truly double attack because you're attacking two at the same time. Okay, the next one I'll let you look for. White to move. First, look for targets. Training our eye to be mini terminators. Mini target finding machines, right? A robot. Zzz, find the targets. Unprotected pieces are always target. Material's not always target. But if the pieces are unprotected, then we have got a target. I'm hoping you see the rook on a4 and the rook on e8. Play queen to b5. You're hitting both targets at the same time. This is a double attack. I think there's actually a pawn. There's supposed to be a pawn here. Because this actually double attack wouldn't work. Because if you play queen to b5, then either rook can capture pawn and they protect each other. So I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a pawn here. At that point, the rooks could not connect. Okay, so let me set it up for you. Come on, I think I missed it. Let me do this now. Now we're cooking with grease. Now we're cooking with grease. Now Queen B5 works. Before the pawn wasn't here, but now Rook on A4 is a target because it's unprotected. Rook on E8 is unprotected. Let's go. I hope we're back on track. That's that one. Avoid further confusion. And we're on to our next one. Okay, so this is your time to shine. Of course, these are made a little easier because I'm telling you it's a material plus material target. I'm telling you you're going to be attacking two pieces that are unprotected. Just trying to wake up our eyes. Good morning, eyes. Good morning, chess eyes. What do you got for me? What can I see today? Okay, I hope you saw the rook is on b8 is a target. Why is rook on b8 target? Because it's unprotected. Okay, maybe harder to see is this knight on f6 is kind of hidden in between all these pieces. It's a target. Why is the knight on f6 a target? Because it's unprotected. How do you attack both? I hope you saw. Queen comes to d6, attacking one target, attacking another target. Now, in a position like this, if the pawn wasn't on s7, the rook could go to f8 and protect, right? Or, if the pawn was on a7, then the rook could come to b6, be protected by the pawn, and make a line clearing protection. But here, it's not the case. So this is a true double attack. They have to protect one piece, and then you capture it. Okay? All right. So let's move on. Hey, come back. Okay, so the next one again is going to be it will be a double attack. Let's see. Okay, now it's a bit more complicated. It's getting a bit more exciting. Find every target first of all. Remember, this could help you. Help you wake up your eyes, get into the zone, look for targets. Material's not always a target, but when those pieces are unprotected, they become targets. They become weak. And like always in chess, you're trying to get in at the weakest point. How can you bother your opponent weakly? Well, these two knights are not targets. The knight on f6 is not a target because it's protected. The knight on f7 is not a target because it's protected. But let's look at the bishop. Unprotected. It becomes a target. There's a weak point. The rook on c8. Target. It's a weak point. Can you attack both safely? I hope you see. Queen takes b7. Not only are you taking a pawn, you're hitting two targets, and black cannot save themselves. You can move, your rook to be protected, but unfortunately then queen takes bishop. So you're going to have to do something with your rook, say move to a safe square. No, keep it active. I don't know, maybe d8 or something, and then capture. Okay, so those pretty good moves by looking for targets, right? Always looking. Here we go. Like to move. Find the targets. Here it's not too hard. Only two pieces in this position. Remember, king is always a target. Always. And I would say be looking at the king. In these, they're not going to involve the king. These puzzles. They're going to involve just pieces. Just material, rather. Okay, rook on a6 is a target. Why? It's unprotected. Rook on h7 is a target. Why? Again, it's unprotected. Simple enough. So how do you attack both at the same time? Queen can come to d3, attacking rook on a6, attacking rook on h7. They cannot coordinate to protect each other. This doesn't work because there's a pawn, and we have a double attack. Okay, white to move. Look for targets. Okay, here's a rook on e5, but we can ignore that because it's protected. The rook on a7 becomes a target because it is unprotected. Moving along. We found the knight on f6. It's unprotected. It becomes a target. You can attack two targets at once. We have a double attack. I hope you found the move. Queen to f2. Giving the attack on a7, giving the attack on f6. Okay, this one is black to move. Black to move. So, the black side, finding targets on the white side. Well, the rook on f1 is not a target, it's protected. But the bishop on e2 is not protected by anything, it becomes a target. Bishop on g3 is not a target right now. We can't, it doesn't really help to attack it because it's protected. Oh, a knight again. A knight that's hiding over here, but it can't hide for long. Hope you find a way to attack both these targets, then white's going to have a problem. Okay, if you found a way to attack the knight and the bishop, if you found queen e7, it's very clever. Attacking two pieces at once, both targets. This is a true double attack. White will lose material. Alright, white's move. Look for targets. Now, arguably, the queen is a target here because it's unprotected, but it's very hard to attack a queen with a queen. You know, maybe you could, but here it doesn't really work, so let's keep moving for other pieces. The knight over here, unprotected. It's weak. The weak points. Scanning the board, scanning the board. We find a rook on h5. It's not protected by anything. If we could only attack both at the same time. And I hope you're finding the move. Queen, all the way back. The original starting square. Does the trick. Hey, moving backwards is not bad if it's further along in the game. Not the opening, right? And if you can make a tactical move here to win pieces, then so be it. You'll come back to its original square. They have to save the rook somehow, and you take the knight, and now you're winning. 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 points. Not bad. Gonna win this game. Okay, here we go. White to move. How do we begin this? Well, start by looking for targets. In this case, we're trying to find the unprotected pieces. They are the weakest link in our opponent's position. That means if your pieces are not protecting each other, they're not communicating. A well-communicating army is going to be resourceful and is going to last in the fight. You have pieces that are all disorganized, laid out all over the board, not protecting each other. You're going to have problems. Okay, I hope you saw that the bishop on c8 is unprotected. The knight on h5 is unprotected. Now comes the skills. How do we attack both? I hope you saw this very clever move, queen to h8. Attacking, attacking. They can only protect once. They can only defend one of them. Say king g8 or so, and you're taking. And again, it looks like we're up a full 3 points in this position. And if you're up material, you should trade your pieces and keep your pawns. If you're down material, you should trade the pawns and keep the pieces. That is the story. Black to move here. Black to move. Find targets. Find a way to attack both targets. Okay, I hope by now you saw the bishop and the bishop are unprotected. They are disorganized. They are on both sides of the boards. White is having communication problems. How do you take advantage of this before White has a chance to start protecting his pieces? Well, move like this. Queen to h5. Very sneaky. All right, guys, tune in.